probably began, I'm gonna say 28 years ago. I started smoking marijuana when I was 14, and I dabbled in a lot of, probably every drug you can think of. I guess my mother passed away in 2006. I was 7 months pregnant when I lost my mother. I lost my best friend. And when after my son was born, I started doing Oxycontin. I really got heavy into the Oxycontin. It took everything from me. It took my home, it took my land, it took my family. It took everything from me. From there, I started on Suboxone, and I stayed on Suboxone for about 6 years. I weaned myself off of that. Then I started drinking. After drinking, I found methamphetamines, and not only that, it took everything from me again the second time. It took my home and everything. Things just spiraled out of control. I also found GHB. I tried to commit suicide on Father's Day of 2017. I almost succeeded. I took a lot of it. I was tired. I just didn't want to live anymore. I couldn't find a way out. I felt like God was, not answering my prayers. I was just tired. And I stayed in a drug-induced coma for 3.5 days. I always told my husband if I was on life support more than 4 days that I wanted him to pull the plug. I didn't want to live like that. And day 3, the Lord, the tunnel that I saw it wasn't from darkness going into light, it was the opposite way. It was light going into darkness, and I saw that, and the Lord's hand grabbed my shoulder, and when I woke up, I looked to the right, and there was Kevin and Ty. Kevin was signing papers to pull the plug. So the Lord pulled me up from that and gave me a second chance. My marriage was getting out of control. Me and my son didn't have a relationship anymore. I was tired of fighting. It was only getting worse, and I was just tired of it. I knew that I deserved better, and the Lord led me here.
My addiction began when I was 27. I went into BMU at Walker and was having a rough time, and my son got took, and so a year or 2 later I started dabbling. My addiction, it wasn't bad, but I used the excuse of pain in my back, and the doctors went with it and prescribed me medicines here, there, all kinds, and was taking it the way I was supposed to, but then I decided it wasn't enough, and I started dabbling into other things, and it got worse, and it got worse, and it got worse. From 27 to 41, so 14 years. I spent 14 years in addiction.
It cost me my life. Like I said, cost me my marriage, cost me not having a relationship with my husband, cost me a relationship, especially with my son. It cost me that, and that really hurt, because time means the world to me. I lost my home that I worked for 17 years, my land, relationship with all of my family. My pocketbook was empty. I filed bankruptcy. It cost everything. It lost me my job. I was a functioning addict 22 years. for gym alarm systems in Trustful, and it cost me my job. I had it for 22 years, and my addiction cost me my job. So, needless to say, it cost me everything.
My addiction cost me a lot. It cost me sanity. It cost me relationships with family. It cost, I lost pretty much all trust with family and close friends. It obviously made my depression worse, and I wasn't taking the medicine as I was supposed to, but the depression got worse, and with the depression getting worse, the addiction got worse, because I was not maintaining my depression. I was self-medicating with other stuff that was not helping. It was just numbing everything, so I didn't have to deal with it. I didn't want to deal with it.
Me and Ty and Kevin, we were arguing. I had been coming down off of methamphetamines for maybe 2 or 3 days, and me and Kevin were arguing really bad. And I could see the pain in Ty's eyes. He was just hurting so bad, and I didn't want that anymore for him. Ty means everything to me, and I told Ty, I said, I'm leaving. I'm going to find somewhere to go. And wherever I get, how long I get there, I'll be in touch with you. And, I'll be safe. Don't worry about me. Take care of your dad. Be strong. But I was leaving. And I packed my bag. Many times I've packed a bag and walked down the end of the driveway. And I asked the Lord, do I go left? Do I go right? Both directions, a different way. The Lord told me to go left. Now, I ain't seen my mother-in-law probably in 3 months. On my birthday she came by, and I ain't seen her. She don't come up to the house. And I went left, and I got up to that stop sign, and there she is. There she is in the car. And I told her I needed a ride. I needed some help. I'll take her to my dad's. And I went to my dad's, and it was during COVID, and he's got COPD, so he can't, he didn't want to let me in, and that was okay, because I understood, I just understood. And I told him to call the law, and he said he didn't want to do that. And I said, it's okay, I need some help. I was determined to get some help. So he called the law, and the law came and got me. And I had a warrant out for my arrest, and he didn't run me or anything. But me and my dad put his hand up to the glass door, and we held hands. Touched hands, and he said he was sorry, and I said, it's okay, I understood, and the Jefferson County Sheriff was really, really polite, and took my bag and me, and took me to the foundry. The foundry didn't have a bed, and they said that I could go to Surplus Army, or Salvation Army in Birmingham, but I'd have to walk. It was cold, and I really didn't feel like walking. So I hitchhiked all the way back where I came from. And I stopped at a gas station. I called my sister-in-law, Candy, and I told her I needed help. I really needed her help. I needed to find somewhere to go to where I was safe. And she said, stay right there. And she picked me up and took me to her house. And so between Candy, the Lord, and Ron Green with Short Creek Church, they told me about City of Lights. And I didn't even do a tour. I didn't even look on Facebook. I didn't even check it out. Something told me that's where I needed to go. And 2 days later, I talked to Christian Ramey at City of Lights, and I ran in here 3 days before Christmas. I ran in here knees and elbows. I was ready. I knew this is where I needed to be.
Before I came here, I went to the BMU because I was really at the last straw. I mean, it was BMU or something worse. My addiction was really bad. It was costing me everything. I wasn't happy where I was at, and that made the addiction worse. I knew I needed help with the depression, so the best thing I could think of to do was to go to BMU and get back on the medicine. And while I was in BMU, it was brought to my attention about the City of Lights, and I agreed to come. It probably took me a day or two to agree to come, but I did agree to come. And I wouldn't change it. It was the best decision I've made for myself so far.
I have learned at City of Lights that sobriety is a beautiful thing. I have learned that I have more patience than what I thought. I've learned that I was actually very codependent. I have learned that who I really am. I didn't know who I was, but I do. I do know who I am now. I'm a lot stronger than what I thought I was, that's for sure. I know that through my coursework, it's gotten to me to where I was blaming my marriage, Kevin, for everything. And, it took me looking at myself. I was the one to blame, My problems is my problems, and only, I can fix those. And I didn't realize how much negativity I had, and that was been a working process. But I know that, if I'm positive, especially around others, that feeds on them. And it is important what you do and what you say. I'm a very honest person, and the coursework really has brought just everything to light. You got to be honest with yourself. If you're not honest with yourself, then I don't see how you can really move forward. But it's taught me boundaries. It's taught me 27 women, or sometimes it can be hectic. Sometimes you like that bed at night. I took little things for granted, that's for sure. A roof over my head, power, water, a bed, food, I took all those little things for granted, and I've gotten a relationship with the Lord.
While being here, I've learned my patience sucked. It's not at its best, but it's better. I've learned more about the Bible and Jesus and God than I knew when I came in here. I didn't really know a whole lot. I knew some, but being here, I've learned quite a lot, and it's been interesting because I always thought of the Bible as boring, but now that I've read it and gone through it and all, it's not boring. It's great stories that I think everybody needs to learn. I've also learned that I need to learn to set boundaries. Haven't done it yet, but I need to learn. I've learned to respect myself more. I don't think I ever respected myself to begin with, but I've learned to respect myself more and to respect others. I've learned how to live with a bunch of women and all our hormones floating in the air. That was fun. I've learned that I'm a lot tougher than I thought I was. I have more going for me than I ever thought, and never put the effort toward. Now, I plan on making a huge effort on staying the way I am now.
I'm getting a new playground, Playmates. I'm leaving Jefferson County. I'm moving to Arley, out on Smith Lake. It's a little bitty home, me, Kevin, and Ty. I think that I'm gonna probably transfer to McDonald's out in Hartsfield just for a little while, until I can save enough money and get my own vehicle. And I've got a mentor from church that I'm going to try to get back maybe in accounts receivable, and try to get a spot in UAB or the Kirkland Clinic. Even though it might be a drive, I think that I am going to pursue, my career in accounting and just go from there. But it's going to be a sober marriage, and it's going to be a better marriage. So I'm looking forward to that.
Is your future bright?
My future is bright. I'm sober. I know that God's in control of all things. I know with the Lord, anything is possible. I trust the Lord today. So wherever He takes me, I've got to go, and I'm okay with that. Just having my sobriety every day. It's a minute by minute thing. It's a second by second. It's one foot in front of the other, and just as long as I stay a straight path, I think I'll be fine.
I will plan on, since I'm graduating, I plan on continuing school. I also want to intern here at the City of Lights. The main reason why is because I love seeing people when they come in and how much they grow. If they can tough it out, how much they grow, and they start blossoming into who they're supposed to be, and it's really cool to watch. I plan on continuing my education. I'm in school to become an attorney. I want to be like a advocate attorney. I don't know the proper name for it, but for people that are like us here, that instead of going into the prison system or continually jailed, give them the chance, or represent them to give them the chance to do recovery. I mean, everybody can change, they just gotta want to.
I think for anyone who's in addiction, that needs recovery, wants help, wants healing, try it. Come in here, give it a try, try to trust the Lord. It's going to be hard, but you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Come in here, be still and know He's God. Give Him a chance to work a miracle in your life. It's a great place here. The staff is wonderful. The teacher, the relationship. If you don't have a relationship with the Lord, I promise you'll have one when you get here by the time you leave. And that's worth everything. But you might not think you're strong, but you're stronger than you think you are. You can do it, and you can do it.
To anybody that's here or wants to come here, it's gonna be tough. But if you can make it past the first 30 days, that's your toughest part. And the worst part is could be up to a week or something. But if you will make yourself and the sooner you do it, the better. If you will make yourself get up and follow the schedule on a daily basis, no matter how bad you feel, how bad it hurts, how bad you don't want to get out of bed, if you will make yourself get out of bed, it will make your first 30 days way better, because the days really do fly by. And when you're laying in bed, not good for you. Wasn't good for me. But get up and be active with everybody as soon as you can. I mean, if it's the next day, get up and participate, and don't give up. Stick it out. It's tough those first 30 days. Once you get used to the schedule, it's not bad, and time really does fly after those first 30 days. It's been really fun watching DeAnne grow. When she came in, she was all bubbly, and like she said, all I wanted to do was lay in the bed, and she was all bubbly. But it was a good thing because we became friends really the day she came in, and it was getting me out of bed. You know, hanging around her was getting me out of bed, and that was really good for me. And she's always been there for me. She's my bestest friend. She's been amazing to watch grow. I've seen a few times where she's hit the brick wall, but she was able to knock it down and get over it. She's just an amazing person. I love her, and she's been my rock through this. If she wasn't here, I don't know that I would have made it through it. DeAnne really has been my rock through this. She's been my whenever I've been not feeling great or whatever the case is, she always calls me out on it. Whether I'm doing something I'm supposed to be doing or not, whatever, she calls me out on it and makes sure I'm on the right track, and I needed somebody like that, so I really appreciate it. And she's my best friend, and I love her.
I love you too, Ollie. I love you too. It's been amazing to watch Holly grow. She came in, I'm a week behind her coming in here, and we actually were roommates, and she was really, really quiet, you know. She would just lay in bed quite a lot, you know, just listen, you know. She was even too lazy to call you out on it, too lazy to roll cigarettes. I would roll them for her. But Holly she was in her head really, really bad when she got here, and you know, she finally come out of it, you know, finally got up, started getting into the activities, and, you know, she didn't want to do chores, I didn't want to do chores, you know, but we learned how to mop a floor, didn't we? Frontwards, backwards, sideways, we know how to mop a floor, don't we? And, you know, there were a lot of times, and she used to make me real mad in NA because she wouldn't share. You know, I try to coach her in, like, you can say something just a little bit. And Holly's just a very quiet person, and I've come to respect that. You know, that's just her, and you know, I love her. She's very honest, and you know, we would see as far as our coursework, she would get ahead of me. You know, I'm a little slower than Holly, so Holly's always faster than me, but you know, she's smart. She helped me with my math, you know, trying to get through my bevels, but she's come a long way. She really has. You do respect yourself a lot more than, you know, what you did. And you know, we lost a friend. Tracy Sullivan came in the same day that I did, and she should be graduating. She should be here with us, shouldn't she? And you know, that was really hard. You know, she left, and the next day she had overdosed, and we buried her, and that was really, really hard. But you know, we know that she was right with the Lord, and you know, she's in heaven. She's dancing, and in heaven singing in the angels choir. But yeah, I'm really proud of you, Holly. You're stronger than you think, and we'll always have a relationship. I want you to know that. I'll always be here for you, but don't stop. I might need an attorney someday for something. Maybe not for nothing like that, but what I'm saying, I'm proud of you. You keep going, you keep pushing forward, and smile because you're beautiful, but you got this. But she's grown a lot. She has a problem.